These are some rookie mistakes that you don't have to make. Hello, I'm Stephanie Toma, public speaking coach, and I'm going to cover the 7 things that you should not do if you don't want to come off as a total newbie in your speaking career. So let's just dive right into it. Number 1, talking too fast. Maybe you have a lot that you want to share and you understand that there's a time constraint. Maybe it's 20 minutes, it could be 30, 60 minutes. And when you practice, you're consistently a few minutes over. So instead of cutting chunks of your presentation out and saying a little bit less with more spaciousness, you decide, well, I guess if I speak a little bit faster, if I rush through this part, then I can do it. I can still tell all the pieces of this story, give all of the components of this puzzle. However, I'm here to tell you that people can tell when you're rushing. And sometimes when you're nervous, you may actually rush without even realizing it. So it's important to be aware of this piece and aim to be at least a minute or two under time. This gives you an element of spaciousness and exhale so you can actually be present and connect with your audience. Number 2 is related to your slides if you happen to have them. The mistake that I see is having way too much text or having text that is white with low contrast background. It could be a light color with white text, or yellow is historically hard to read on a white background. So make sure that there is high contrast. And if you're going to use yellow or white, it doesn't quite work as well when you don't have that contrast going on and your audience may be squinting to try to see it. Go ahead and just have fewer words overall. And when you do have words, have that high contrast. Number 3, not breaking down complex terms. Let's say that you are a specialist in your industry, in your field. You know things that most people don't. And something that I had to learn when I first became an author was to write at a 5th grade level. And I would like you to speak at a 5th grade level. It doesn't matter if your audience is full grown adults, you still need to take extra care to not assume that anyone knows definitions to terms that you learned, even if you learned them 5, 10, 20 years ago, it doesn't mean it's common knowledge. So by defining terms, you're not actually talking down to your audience. You're giving them a chance to feel smarter because you're educating them versus them silently scratching their heads, wondering what you're talking about. Number 4 is not having audience engagement. There are so many opportunities for this. I'm a fan of a good stat. So let's say 92% of people agree, fill in the blank, whatever the fact is. Some people, when they're newer to the game, they may just say that stat and move on. That's a missed opportunity. What I'd like to encourage you to do instead is ask who here identifies with a statement and say the statement and see a show of hands and say, oh, that's about in alignment with this stat, or oh, it's a little different than the stat according to this Harvard study that says that 92% of people actually agree with this. So when you give people an opportunity to interact, it's not necessarily meaning that you're hearing everyone's responses verbally, but having that nonverbal engagement can make all the difference. And be sure if you're asking a question that it's not about a very sensitive topic that people may be hesitant to claim unless it's that kind of conference. Number 5 is wearing something uncomfortable. That it's important that you look professional and that you're perceived as professional, right? And you want to maybe buy something new to wear when you're giving your talk. However, if it's vastly different from what you normally wear, if let's say you're wearing heels when you normally wear flats, if you're wearing a form fitting or when you normally wear more loose, relaxed fitted clothing, the rule of thumb is to wear something relaxed and to wear shoes that are comfortable, especially if you're on your feet. I'm an advocate of comfort over fashion. Ideally, you can merge the two. It is possible. But when it comes to a presentation that is longer than a few minutes, you really want to be sure that you're able to relax into the moment, relax into the stage, so that instead of being so self-focused, you are able to actually connect with your audience instead. Number 6 is speakers arrive hungry. Let's say it's early morning and if there's a chance that your stomach could growl during your presentation, that is not a good sign. Not just in case someone hears it in the audience, which could be a bit distracting, but for you, because your energy levels are probably not as high as they could be. What I would encourage you to do is have a protein bar, have a protein shake, have something protein rich first thing in the morning, even if you do need to get up on the earlier side for your speaking gig. Alternatively, let's say that you're speaking later in the day and you have back to back to back to back meetings. Make sure that you are fueling yourself because you'll be so much more vibrant and so much better able to be present in your presentation if you are nourished. Number seven is make sure you get enough sleep. And some people think, oh, if my sleep is put to the wayside, it doesn't matter because the night before, I'm going to make sure I get those 8 hours. It doesn't work that way. Sleep debt is a thing. And actually, studies have shown that the quality of sleep that you got not one night before, but 2 nights before something big actually impacts your energy levels on that day. This makes the case for having healthy habits just all the time, right? If you can help it. So, I personally am an advocate of giving yourself an 8 to 10 hour sleep opportunity. I know I like 9 hours. You'll find what works best for you. Women stereotypically need more sleep than men. It's really the baseline. I'm sure some people get up early during the week, they sleep in on the weekends. That messes with you. So I recommend, again, if you can help it, especially if you are a founder, go ahead and create a schedule for yourself where you're able to have the same waking schedule and going to sleep schedule pretty much every day. That will really streamline your quality of sleep, your quality of life, and the quality of the presentation and speech that you're able to give. All right, I'm wishing you a really great first or early stage talk, or if you're coming back and you've been doing it for a while, maybe this is a little refresher to get back out there again. Until next time, have a great day.